Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. Sorry about my fan. It's just too hot to even think about recording without my fan on. And I'm going to be talking about my new favorite game for this generation. Now, funny enough, this game is not old at all. This game is only 3 years old. Or actually, no, hold on. I worded that wrong. What I meant to say is this game isn't that new. It's already 3 years old. That's what I meant. And it's Until Dawn. I played that game recently. Shout out to my friend Michael. He actually brought over his PS4 because he wanted me to try out the PS4 since I'm an Xbox gamer. I play on Xbox. That's basically like, the new gen console that I play on. And Nintendo Switch, of course. But when he brought over the PlayStation 4, he wanted me to play an exclusive on the system. And I looked at the exclusives and I'm like, I want to play Until Dawn. It's a game I've always wanted to play, mainly because I was always fascinated by the story of it. I watched Markiplier play it like years back when it first came out, so when I started to play it, I did not remember a thing of the game. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was really, really cool to figure everything out and put it piece by piece. I really wish that I actually made a Let's Play of this. Like, that's how much enjoyment I got out of this game. I really wish I did some sort of Let's Play series with it. Maybe I'll get a PS4 and do one someday. I'd be actually very interested to do one, mainly because I want to change how my ending went, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So, obviously, if you don't know what Until Dawn is, it's a game where you can play as 8 teenagers who are in this cabin that's in the middle of the woods on a mountain, and it's got a really deep story, which I really, really like. It really makes up for the gameplay, because the gameplay is okay. I found the controls are kind of like old school Resident Evil style, where like the camera, like it's a fixed camera, and once you move to a certain point of the screen, it will like completely change. And while I wasn't a huge fan of it, I actually was a really big fan of the tense moments of gameplay, and I'm gonna be like the only one that actually likes this. But that includes the quick time events and the don't move sections. So quick time events are self-explanatory enough. A button comes up on the screen, press it, and I did screw up on that quite a bit, and actually resulted in the death of one of my characters, which again, I'll talk about later. And another section was the don't move sections. The PlayStation controller has, it can tell when you move the controller. So, if you move it, then certain things will happen, and again, another character died because of that, which I'll talk about that later, like I said. So, like I said, you play 8 teenagers, and the 8 teenagers are, there's 4 males, 4 females. The males are Mike, Josh, Matt, and Chris. The females are Jess, Ashley, Emily, and Sam. And I like them all for their own reasons. They're all unique. And while I hated Emily, she was like the most annoying character ever, I still kind of felt for her when I accidentally got her killed. Yes, she is one of the characters that accidentally got killed. I'll say right now, I save, because the whole thing of the game is how many people can you save. Your choices impact who survives and who dies. How many people can you save? I managed to save 5 out of the 8, so 3 died, 5 made it. And I'll talk about each death individually. The first death was obviously Emily. She died first. It was because quick time event. I could not, it's a PlayStation controller, so I was really unfamiliar with it. So I screwed up, and I got Emily killed, which at first I was like, oh my god, I got to bitch you one out, and then I realized I really wanted everyone to live. So, and I figured out, literally after I played it, that Emily Bloom played, or not Emily, what am I talking about? Nicole Bloom, I think her name is, played Emily, and she played the one scientist girl on Laser Team, so, so that was pretty cool. The second character that accidentally got killed was Josh. I think his death was inevitable, but he died by the Wendigo. I really didn't have any choice on the matter. It just kind of happened. So I guess I made some sort of choice that led to his death. I didn't really look into it, but yeah, he got killed. And the last death is the one I was really, really sad about, because it was when I accidentally got my favorite character killed. Shut up, emails. I got my favorite character killed. I couldn't help it. It was Sam. I freaking love Sam. She's spunky, she's chill, she's cool, and she's the only girl that didn't seem to have some sort of she was the most relaxed of the girls. Emily was the most bitchy. Jess was like the biggest slut. Ashley was like the most nervous, freaking out the most. And then there was Sam, trying to make, everything okay, make everything, make the situation calm. And I liked that. I liked her, character. And unfortunately, at the very, very end, literally at the very end of the game, there's like 5 don't move segments in a row. I think it was the very last one. I got through all 4 of them, or however many, okay, but then the last one, I couldn't do it, and she died right at the end, and it really, really, really sucked, because she was my favorite. I actually legitimately got mad that she died. Like, that's one thing about this game that I like, is it really does develop on the characters. Like I said, like, the gameplay isn't much, but there is a lot of story, so you really see the characters develop, and, like when one of them dies, that becomes your favorite, you're like, oh my god, I did not want them to die. An example of this about the character development is Jess. Jess was one of my least favorite characters in the beginning. I think she was one above Emily. Like, she was bad. But towards the end, Jess went through, basically, the most hell out of any of the characters. At least in my playthrough. And I actually felt for her at the end. I actually wanted her to survive. I was like, damn, she's been through hell and back, so, yeah, so, like I said, Sam, Emily, and Josh all died, couldn't help it, but I did save Mike, Chris, Ashley, Emily, Matt, and Jess. They are the ones I did save, and I really liked it. I'm definitely going to play it again, because I really want to save, first of all, I want to save everyone. I want to get every single character saved. I feel like Josh is going to be a little bit of a caveat, but everyone else, I want to get everyone else saved. That includes Emily, and obviously I want to save Sam this time, just, but, yeah, I honestly personally thought the game was really good. Really good that I'd say it was my favorite game it's my favorite game of this generation, of this gaming generation, and that includes Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I never played a game that actually, emotionally invested me into seeing how all these characters were gonna end up at the end. And it was really, really cool how all that played out. If I had any complaints, like I said, I do wish there was a little more gameplay to it. I mean, there is a decent amount of gameplay, don't get me wrong, there's hours of gameplay. But a lot of it is cut by, decent chunked cutscenes. But thankfully, the story is enticing enough and the characters are interesting enough to make the cutscenes bearable. To make them, you could watch them and then you start playing. So it transitions easily because of the fact that the story is really well thought and the characters are really interesting. So if I'm going to rate the characters from least favorite to favorite, in terms, at the end. Because, like I said, at the beginning, Jess was, at the bottom. But as I saw her, she actually kind of matured. I think it's more so that she was, traumatized, but she definitely, matured a lot, and she showed a lot of good qualities that I actually liked. So, my least favorite is still Emily. I'm sorry, I still hate her. Next up, I don't know. Chris kind of turned into an asshole at the end. I like Chris, but he really turned into an asshole at the end. But I might have to say Matt has to be 7th, simply because Matt, I think he's the one that got the least playing. Actually, no, I think Jess might have gotten the least playing time. But Matt definitely was, a close second. Matt really, he was, in chapter 3 or 4, because there's 10 chapters. In chapter 3 or 4, that's when he, disappeared, or maybe it was 5, something like that. And he doesn't return until, the very last chapter. Or, the chapter before. So, you don't see him much. That's why I'm going to put Jess right above him. Not because of her character at all, just because you don't really see her much. Right about that, I'll put Josh. I actually really like Josh's character, simply because of the fact that, so many people put him so low because of what he did to his friends, but many people don't understand that it's his mind that was messing with him. There's so much going on in his mind because of how much he was traumatized, by his sister's deaths. So, there's a lot more to it than just Josh is an asshole trying to, scare all of his friends. There's a lot more to it than that. So that's what I like about Josh. Next up, I have to put Ashley. She's okay, but I feel like she's a little too whiny for my taste. But I love how her relationships work with Josh, and she's one of those people where, like, this is where, like, the making, like, the choices really matter thing, because there were a few choices that involved her where I was like, what do I do here? Like, there was a moment where, like, I thought I did the right thing, and then I got scared that I killed her, but she ended up being alive. So it was, like, one of those things where it's, like, I really like all the choices you can make with her character. So it's not really about her, but, like, the things, like, you know, how she impacts the game. And that's why Chris is at number 3. Chris, I really like simply because to me, he was like very relatable, kind of like the outcast, the shy guy, the person who doesn't really fit in that much. But towards the end, he was a little bit of an ass. I didn't like him going towards the end. He became very whiny, very bitchy. So that's why he's number 3. He would have been like number 2, but I'm like he turned into a bitch at the end, so I'm gonna knock him down a spot. But overall, I did love his character. Number 2 is Mike. Mike got the most playtime, definitely. Out of any character, Mike definitely got the most playtime. And it made you really figure out who he was, because in the beginning, he's kind of like Jess. He seemed like a real jerk, kind of like a real jockey type. But then as it went along, you kind of saw his more caring and softer side. So I did really end up liking Mike's character, especially when there's a part where you get to save a dog, and you can have the dog roam around with you or wolf, whatever, and I really, really like that. Then obviously number 1 is Sam. Now I like her simply because of how she handles the whole situation. She doesn't really get much playtime. She's like in the middle, kind of like middle or lower half of playability. But she's definitely one of my favorites, simply because first of all, she's attractive as fuck. Secondly, like I said, her personality makes you like able to handle her better than the rest of them, because she never really had a moment where she was like freaking out. I mean, other than when she was being chased. So yeah, I loved Sam. She was a great character, and yeah. So yeah, guys, that's my video about Until Dawn. Let me know if you've played Until Dawn and if you like it. Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's a brilliant game. I honestly hope they do some sort of sequel, or at least the creators of the game do something similar in that style. But I feel like the one thing they should do is, if they do decide to go with the branching past thing, they should really make it so that, because yes, like, your decisions do impact who lives and who dies, but not much else. The story really doesn't change. The ending's always the same. So I feel like there should be some sort of, like, drastic change. Like the whole direction of the game changes. This ending's different. That ending's different. I think that would be really, really cool. It would make the replayability of the game so much higher, and I think it would be really cool, personally. So, thank you guys so much for watching my little review, quote-unquote, on Until Dawn. Maybe I'll do, like, a formal review of it someday. Who knows? I'm going to be doing the formal review of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon soon, simply because of the fact that, Luigi's Mansion is coming out on the 3DS, so I might as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, see you guys in the next video.